have not gone to uni, just a very anxious person. So I love having that interaction and then just leaving. I had my surgery. That's why I'm in loads of debt. £800,000. You know, what are you going to do with that degree? Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Chrissy Out Loud, where I say everything and anything said out loud. And today's episode is a long overdue episode about uni. And I feel like a lot of people keep on asking me questions about, am I dropping out? Am I staying at uni? Am I going to go full-time with content? And I'm going to answer every single juicy question in this episode. But before we get into that episode, I just want to bring up that obviously I had my surgery, and I just want to go into it briefly because, you know, Neve came on the podcast and we spoke about the surgery, and I haven't really been answering any questions about the surgery, if they found endometriosis, and it's because, unfortunately, they did not find endometriosis. And I say that because I really wanted them to find endo, just so my answers that I was looking for would be there, and they didn't. And that was really tough, I'm not gonna lie, like waking up and hearing that they didn't find endometriosis. But what they did find is, obviously, I said I was on the coil. They found tissue growing on the coil, which like isn't great. It means that the coil isn't like aligning with you, which would have been causing cramps during my time with having the coil. That shouldn't be there. And they also found, so they removed the coil and the tissue, and they also found something called a polyp or a polyp. Like, it's like a spot in like my uterus. Sorry guys, this is very girly talk, but which is a bit of a concern at my age. Obviously I don't know how long it's been there for, because it didn't show up in any other scans or anything, so it could have been due to my coil, but it also could have been there like for a while now. So that kind of told my doctor that hormones just in my body don't really work well with me, just in general. And that's not to do with like the pill or anything, just like I'm very more sensitive to hormones. That's literally, unfortunately, the only scientific thing that they can say at the moment, which really sucks. The fact that I'm still like really looking for answers, but I kind of have my answer. So the doctors kind of just told me that I need to go on like a diet, so I have to like have less things with like a certain hormone in it, basically. So I'm not allowed to have milk, less gluten, obviously, yeah, like no dairy, and I have to have like kale and like broccoli, stuff like that, more, less sugars, and also less alcohol and caffeine. So basically, as a foodie, worst news of your whole entire life, but we're gonna like try that out for a bit. So yeah, so they didn't find endo, and after like years of me thinking that I have endometriosis, was honestly like the most heartbreaking thing ever, to like kind of think like your pain isn't like you're kind of being dramatic. And it's not, I know I'm not being dramatic, I know it's like such intense pain, like I'm not able to talk or walk when I have this pain. Like I know it's really bad, and like I have quite a high pain tolerance, you know. It's just annoying that it's not really justified with something. Like there's not enough research on women's health. Anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to briefly talk about it because it is quite a sensitive topic to me, because I am still looking for answers, and I'm not going to stop until I do. Like there just needs to be more research on women's health, period. So yeah, that's what happened. But let's go properly into the topic of today's episode. So, university, am I dropping out? Well, ever since before uni, I've always been like, I don't really want to go. School isn't really for me and whatever. So realizing that like, oh, I actually have the grades to go to uni and to go to a really good one, to go to Manchester, amazing. Fashion marketing, I always wanted to do marketing, and I thought, oh yeah, fashion on the side, I feel like it would be good to like learn about and everything, like that sounds really interesting and stuff. So a lot of people keep asking me why I want to drop out, and I think a lot of people think that it's because I don't have any friends and things like that. That's not really the case. It's that I don't enjoy my course, and I'm kind of in a position where I didn't really think uni would be beneficial to me apart from the experience anyway. So that's kind of where I was like, do I drop out or not? You know? So it wasn't really about my comfort zone. It was like the fact that I wasn't enjoying my course. So I've mentioned this in quite a few videos already, but fashion marketing is such a scientific course at Manchester, Uni of. If you guys don't know, go to Uni of Manchester, and it's a Bachelor of Science. So going into the course, I'm thinking I'm going to be creative and whatever, it's going to be the creative side of marketing. Wrong. So the first year of fashion marketing in Manchester is very fashion focused. Like, it's everyone who does a fashion degree is all doing it all at once, and it's like that for the first year and a half. So here's me thinking I'm going to be doing fashion marketing, whatever, and yes, I should have done more research on my course, but the way they speak about your course makes it seem really interesting. We are learning about ionic bonds, compound bonds in dyes, fibers, how to make chemical, like synthetic fibers, things like that, that are just so scientific. It's almost like they're ticking a box, like, oh, you need to learn chemistry because it's a science degree. So yeah, it's very, very sciencey. Like, I remember we have labs that you have to go to, otherwise you fail part of your course. And there was one lab, it was 3D printing. Oh my gosh, it aggravated me so much because I found out that they have loads of 3D printers, and supposedly they're helpful for my course, bearing in mind there's only been one time they made a dress out of 3D printing. So is it really that helpful? I'm not too sure. And they decided to say, oh yeah, so I'm not too sure how this relates to your course, but this specific printer costs £800,000. Sorry, that's where all my tuition fees are going to. That's why I'm in loads of debt. £800,000. To be fair, I think it's also used for like medicine and like making 3D like bones and stuff like that. But £800,000, not my vibe. Sorry, what do you mean? And like, I do not understand how it relates to my course. So things like that, I was kind of like not too sure on. And I think how I started uni, I didn't really ask for help. I wasn't really into the what's it called? Like the clubs, the societies. I didn't really factor those in and things like that. So I kind of like isolated myself from the actual uni experience. And especially ever since making my TikTok account, I haven't been very keen on going clubbing, especially in student places. Now, I am such a big fan of all of you. I love it when everyone comes up to me. But I can only handle that when I'm like out and about and I can like move from the situation, if that makes sense, because I'm a very anxious person. That's not because of any of you guys, but I'm just a very anxious person. So I love having that interaction and then just leaving after and thinking, wow, that was an amazing interaction. But I think when it comes to clubbing, it's more like everyone is, you know, on massive vibes and everything, and it's a bit more intimate in a way because you're both there, you're dancing, you're constantly with someone, and it happens every 5 minutes when I'm out in a club where like people come up to me, which I love. I'm not complaining. I chose this lifestyle, but that's why I don't go out as much, and I feel like that's kind of ruined my uni experience a little bit because I'm not able to just be free and whatever. Like, I kind of have to remember how to act in a way, like, so you guys don't get the wrong impression of me, if that makes sense. It's just me being anxious, basically. None of you guys' fault. It's just me being a really anxious person. But that kind of made my uni experience a bit more like, oh, like I haven't done this right. So yeah, and just the course itself as well. Look, I have friends in my course and I love my friends that I've met during uni, but I feel like when it comes to me, I find it very difficult making close friends. I always I said this in my first solo episode. I've always been the type of person to just have like a close group of friends that we've somehow just become friends with, and that's it. When it comes to meeting new people and making close friends, I'm like, well, you're either my friend or you're not. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's how I tend to have a bunch of people that I'm like somewhat friends with, and like I could go out with them if I wanted to, and that's that. But like, not really anyone I speak to on like a very deep level, which kind of sucks. So yeah, do with that information as you will. Do you know what I mean? So that's kind of like the reason why I had those feelings of like wanting to drop out. When I came out with that video of me wanting to drop out, I was in two minds because look, I'm in a position right now where if I wanted to take a big risk, I could just make social media my full-time job. But I really love Manchester. Like, I love it there so much. I think I'm starting to find my people. And even if I didn't find my people, like, I love living by myself, especially in a city like Manchester where literally you are in the city centre basically as well. Like, it's such an amazing time. So, yeah, like, that's kind of a thing that was making me not want to drop out. And especially the fact that at that time when I was saying all those dropout video stuff was that I was doing vlogs about my uni life and you guys were watching me because of my uni experience. So it was kind of hard to me be like, oh, well, I want to drop out. Well, can I? Because all my content is about uni and I want to do content creation for the rest of my life. How am I meant to like quickly navigate into something else? You guys are going to be like, oh yeah, I'm dropping out, and then not like me. Do you know what I mean? So that was kind of like my dilemma in a way. So I was still sticking it out. And what you guys don't know is I've actually not been attending uni for a very long time. Like it's been like almost the whole of semester one. I have not gone to uni. And so I've basically dropped out, is what I'm trying to say. I've dropped out of uni. And I've made this decision to drop out because I've realised that I think I need time with social media, but I need time in a way that I'm able to like still be free and like almost be on the same journey with you. So by saying that, what I've decided to do is to actually retake first year and go to a different uni. So I'm going to be a Man Met girly next year. So guys, I'm going to Manchester Met. I know that sounds so weird, and like my biggest scare is going from Uni of Manchester, which is such an achievement, to going to Man Met. And I'm not saying Man Met is not an achievement, but I feel like if you get into a Russell group, one of the top 10 unis, you kind of need to stick to it. And I've just been like, nah, I'm actually going to go to Man Met, and I'm going to go to Man Met and do fine art. Yep, I can hear a pin drop right now. Yep, I know what you guys are thinking. Fine art, what are you going to do with that degree? But in my head, like, just having a degree and going to uni, one, is the experience itself, and two, I'm hoping not to have a backup plan anyway. Like, I would much rather have some form of a backup plan of being at uni and, like, just pursue content. So, if you guys don't know already, my plan is to hopefully stick out, push content, that be my top priority, and also do uni, do fine art, because honestly, I miss art so much. Like, it honestly pains me every day, the fact that I'm not painting. So why not just do a degree that I actually enjoy? Because my issue is, yes, I'm in debt, but I'm able to live by myself, which is something that I really, really want to do. I'm able to explore my identity in a way, and I feel like if anyone is in a similar position where they're not too sure if they want to stick with uni or they don't know if they want to go, I would not change my decision for the world. I would still stick with uni. Like, I would still choose uni any day. Like, no matter any of the hardships I've gone through, I would still stick with uni because it is experience at the end of the day. And look, am I saying creative people should go to uni? I'm not too sure. But I think if you're in two minds about it, I would say at least try it. And then worst case, you drop out. Because as long as you're still attending uni, you do not have to pay your SFE back. It's still a student loan. Like, you don't need to pay any of it back if you want to drop out. So that's how I feel about that. And yeah, I thought for this episode, because this is, I feel like a very anticipated episode, is to ask you guys some questions that you want to ask me about uni and the experience, because I've been keeping this secret about me basically been dropped out for so long now, and I feel so bad. But like, I don't know, at the same time, I feel like it's best to say it on the pod so like I can speak about it and it's easy to see like, oh yeah, this is her talking about uni. Do you know what I mean? So a lot of these questions are, am I dropping out of uni? Am I dropping out? I've dropped out, guys, but going in next year. So I'm going to be a fresher again. It's such a cool vibe. So one question is actually very interesting. What was keeping you at uni? I think just the fact that I loved Manchester so much. I think the fact that I've always been the type of person that really wanted to live alone. Like, I really wanted to live by myself. Like, I really wanted to get out of my house and just like find my identity a bit more. That's the thing that's keeping me in Manchester. Like, I've dropped out and yet I'm still there. Do you know what I mean? I'm still living there. And I think I'm gonna still go to like lectures and stuff just for the vibes. I just think even if you're going through hardships during uni, I would genuinely say to stick it out, because even hardships make you like a better person at the end of the tunnel. And that's why I wouldn't tell anyone to like not try it at least and not stick out at least for a year, and then you can figure out whether you want to do it or not. Another question we have is fashion marketing overrated at uni? I don't think it's overrated. I just think your passion for fashion, that's so funny. Anyway, your passion for fashion should come before your passion for marketing if you want to do fashion marketing, at least at uni of. I think it is very, very, very heavy towards fashion. So I think you need to have a very, very strong passion for fashion and know a lot about fashion already. Like, you don't have to like know how to sew or anything, but like, I feel like you need to know what's in vogue, what the runway's like, all of the designer brands, all that sort of stuff before you get into it. I kind of went in just wanting to know more, and I feel like that was kind of a mistake. Like, I should have done a bit more research on it. Do you think uni is a waste of money? I'm in two minds about this, because I feel like I'm a very positive person. I feel like the government is going to change it by the time I have to pay off all my student finance. I feel like they are going to change the system. But at the end of the day, no matter what, realistically speaking, no matter what position you're in, your student finance is almost like another tax you have to pay. That's what like my mum and I think of it. Like, it's as if you have to pay a little bit more tax than the average person, because that's how the system works. And then at some point in your life, all that tax is gone. Like, that's how I see it. And that's why like I'm not too fussed about the fact that I've basically wasted more than 10 grand on the first year of uni. But like at the same time, it was an experience, you know? So I think it changes the course of your life forever, in my opinion. Your experience at uni, no matter if you're education focused or if you actually just want to go for vibes. I just think it's such a big life changer. I don't think you can't put a price on that, in my opinion. What did the first year at uni teach you about yourself? I think that when I'm left alone, like, I'm a very resilient person. Like, I think that I get in my head a lot, and I think that's also because of outside noise and the people around me. I think having my own space has made me realize I'm a very independent person, and that I care a lot about people's feelings. Like, I feel like when I was at home, I think I cared a bit more about other people's feelings than my own. So I kind of bottled up my own feelings. So I feel like at uni, I'm able to flourish a bit more and like actually understand, well, this is wrong in your life. Like, you need to sort this out. You need to do this. And not having like, I love you, mum, not having someone in my ear tell me like what to do and what not to do. Like, I kind of am figuring out myself, and I love that about uni. What's the best memory you have made at uni? Honestly, I have so many. I think meeting the people I've met and like realizing that like, oh, like I actually have the social skills to like actually make friends, and like being bubbly around people and everything. I think my YouTube phase, like during like uni, like doing weekly vlogs, I think that was amazing. Seeing everyone's like fashion style, like that's such a cool memory. Like, imagine doing a fashion degree and like walking to the lectures. Bro, I'm always in a tracksuit. Like, it's actually awful. Um, and also just like, okay, I don't go on nights out a lot. We're PR friendly around here, but anytime I do, I will, on the afters, I will be asleep on that sofa all the time. Like, literally, I won't know how long it's been. It's usually I take a 2 hour nap on a sofa, and that's it. Not even because I've drank a lot, genuinely just because I'm tired. And the amount of pictures my friends have of me sleeping and afters is hilarious. Honestly, the funniest thing ever. Do you notice a huge amount of money being spent while you're at uni? How do you manage that? Oh my gosh, guys, I get a takeaway 24/7 at uni, not the vibe. Bro, Uber Eats, Deliveroo sponsor me. I am your biggest advocate, biggest supporter at uni, because literally I hate washing up. It's not even that I hate cooking, I hate washing up. The time I want to eat usually is the time where Lidl is closed, so my cheapest source of food is closed, so I end up having to splurge at Tesco anyway. So it's like, well, I might as well get a £4 kebab, obviously, or I might as well get myself a cheeky little Mackey's. Like, I hate how much, literally, all my money goes to food, and it's not the vibe. My money for the week, all on food. It's really bad. Because like anytime I go out, it's usually like for free. Like, I don't really spend money on going out. It's genuinely usually on eating food. But the way I save money is me and my friend Caitlin, like we always have like a movie night at mine. Like, we're always watching like Love Island or anything. Sometimes have a cheeky glass of wine. Like, that is my favourite time at uni, is the fact that I can just like watch TV with like a little glass of wine in like my hands. Like, bad and bougie Chrissy, do you know what I mean? Like, oh, it's honestly like the greatest thing. But I'm just really bad with my money, guys. Like, I can't even like say, oh, do this, do that. No, I actually can't even help you. But to be fair, like, what I've noticed is that at uni, like, I am spending less money than if I come back to London, because, oh my god, transport in London, not the vibe. Why is it £15 a day just to go into Central and to come back out? So imagine I'm spending £15 a day if I want to leave my house every single day if I'm in London. So basically, I need more sponsors, guys. I need more clicks and likes on my podcast, on my TikToks, so Chrissy can earn some more money, please and thank you, because it's hard. And like, it's not even hard because like I don't have enough money, it's because I'm spending it on the wrong thing. So it's actually my fault. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just a spoiled little brat at heart. Someone has asked, if you weren't in uni, what would you be doing instead? Honestly, like, when I came out with that video, I think at that time I was earning enough money for me to like potentially, if I was going at that same rate, to be able to move out, go live in Manchester and just do content full time. And that's what I would have done. But I don't think I'm really in that position anymore. like, I'm hoping to still be, but like I've had a little bump in the road when it comes to like content, that like I'm glad I'm not in that position. So yeah, I would probably do that. Hopefully see if I can get like a full-time or a part-time job on the side, because I love that routine that you get when it comes to like, because I feel like content creation, you need to be doing something as well. It's kind of like an extra thing that you have to do, because I'm not going to that many, events and stuff like that, to the point where it's taking up my whole day. Like I need to have like a little part-time job. But my mum kind of like gave me a reality check of, if I was to do that, if I was to get a part-time job or a full-time job and live in Manchester, I wouldn't just be able to pop to London whenever I wanted to. No, Chrissy, you've got a full-time job now. You can't be going to London whenever you want. So that was kind of the thing that made me want to go and do uni again, was, well, I can't put up with this degree for 2 years and actually graduate. I might as well do a degree that I actually enjoy. And yeah, someone's asked me what's like living in halls. Guys, if you guys didn't see my Whitworth story, I do not live in halls. I live in a private accommodation with 3 girls, amazing girls to live with, especially Maria. And there's not enough of us to describe it as halls. So I don't really live in halls. And to be honest, it's kind of like me and Maria in our own little flat. Like our other 2 flatmates don't really go into the kitchen that much. Like we don't really do stuff together. So it's kind of like, well, you're just realistically living by yourself, and then you've got like your little best friend next door. Oh my gosh, me and Maria, so funny. We always knock on each other's walls because we're like wall buddies. So literally I'll like knock and she'll knock back, and then I'll hear her little giggle. It's actually so funny. So yeah, someone's asked me if uni is easy or is it difficult. I think this is such a hard question, because it's like, well, I think A-levels were harder, but then I'm like not really trying at uni. Like when it comes to uni, it's like you've got so much more time and the content is actually easy, but you don't have as much time to do the content. There's less of the content, but you have like a week to do it, and you have to be like going out every day to like socialize and everything. Like you can't just be stuck in your room to actually have a good experience. So I just find that like a bit difficult to like answer. But I think it is easier. I think you just have a lot more like responsibilities when it comes to uni. Like to have a good time, you have to be making friends alongside. And I think that's the hardest part about uni, is living by yourself and having good friends. But at the same time, I wouldn't change that for the world. Like I think the best piece of advice I can give for uni is to move out from your parents. Move out if you have the option. Don't stay. Even if you want to stay in a London uni, I genuinely would strongly recommend you moving out, because that is the experience that you get. Otherwise, it's just the same as college or sixth form, sorry. It's literally the exact same if you don't move out. Like I have friends who literally say that they regret not moving out. I genuinely would do it, or at least do it for first year and then go back to living with your parents in second year. Like just do it for your first year, guys. Oh, biggest piece of advice I could ever give. But yeah, that is another solo episode of Chrissy Out Loud done. Let me know what type of people you want on the pod. Let me know who you want to see, like from my family, from my friends. Like, do you want my dad to come on the pod? That's never gonna happen. Like things like that. And what content creators you want on as well. If you're a content creator yourself, come on the pod. Let me know. And yeah, let me know what solo episodes you want to see from me as well. And yeah, bye guys. I will see you in the next one.